This is Margaret Kuhlman of Soul Astrology. This Capricorn new moon chart is striking for two reasons. One is that it's occurring on the very first day of this new year, and the other is that the new moon itself is exactly in the place where Pluto and Mercury are. Mercury in Capricorn indicates our focus on really practical issues, the way we live our lives, the organisation of the stuff in our life into positions which will be useful. Anything that is not practically doable has a tendency to look unnecessary, potentially a waste of time. So this focus of Mercury, being together with Pluto, will be a conscious admission of what has been revealed over these last few years, and a desire to communicate about what we should do about it. There are still likely to be the pulling down of old structures, more of the whistleblowing, the revealing of what has been going on underneath. But with this powerful focus, this month looks like a time when we accept and move forward. The energetic action of Mars squaring the bunch in Capricorn ensures that something will be done. Uranus opposite to the Mars and also squaring Capricorn suggests the necessary letting go, and Jupiter opposite, completing that square, feels to me like an encouragement, bringing the sensitivity of emotions, the wisdom of Saturn in Scorpio, and the desire to heal situations that have seemed impossible, all connecting in through those trines. The Cancer quality of the Jupiter is perhaps a sense of family feeling, all working together with the difficulties, pulling through together, being prepared to nurture those in need, taking time to empathise with people who are in difficult circumstances. On a personal level, it's a perfect chart for making New Year resolutions, because if we can stand in the light of our own inner spiritual connection, just what we might term our light, if we can stand in our light and ask ourselves where we really need to let go of some old habit, where we really need to make a change to become who we are truly, then we will see what needs to be done. We'll know. And if we can put our backs into it, the changes will come about. This is not just about temporary change, it's about transformation. If we know what to do and put the energy in, the result is assured. And we can only know what to do personally for ourselves. This is a time when changes will be happening anyway. It's easier to go along with them. Where we feel fear or any kind of resistance to something that seems to be actually happening anyway, there is where we need to let go. Trust is an extremely important part of this pattern. Although it seems that Neptune does not connect directly to anything, in fact it's making a trine connection to the North Node, sextiling the South Node. So in a way, although the energy is focused on that square, with Chiron and Saturn supporting, the background is of a sweet trusting, reaching out to hold the hands of spirit, our own personal line on spirit, and trust that our letting go of the habits that have kept us going will actually free us, so that we can move forward freely. Venus is in Capricorn and retrograde, not in the new moon chart connecting to anything, so perhaps it's the circumstances that are more crucial. And yet much of the energy, the drive for change, may well be coming from our relationships with Mars in Libra. But when we look at the full moon chart, we find that Venus has retrograded and Mars moved forward into a position where they are square to each other. And they then form the square with Pluto, Uranus and Jupiter. So from the first resolutions we make, we move into needing to rework our relationships. The square relationship between Venus and Mars can show a lot of difficulty in partnerships. Interestingly, they are in each other's signs in a way. Venus rules Libra where Mars is, and Mars is exalted in Capricorn where Venus is. So they are really talking about the same thing, even though they may be at loggerheads. It's about equality and taking responsibility for our own selves and how we feel. It's about learning how not to blame, how to let go of resentment. The Sun will have moved round to the position where Venus is in the new moon chart, the late degrees of Capricorn, bringing light into that area of responsibility which is so full of uncertainties, disagreements, that area of personal responsibility. We are responsible for our own feelings, our own take on things, and we are not responsible for somebody else's feelings. But when we give out in such a way that we trigger another person's difficulties or pain, we are responsible for what we feel as they react. If you find it hard to deal with someone bursting into tears following something you've said, that hardness that you feel, that difficulty you have, is your responsibility. We cannot blame other people for making us feel guilty. In the full moon chart, and many days before the full moon, Mercury will be in Aquarius, and at the full moon it sextiles Uranus, who rules Aquarius. So communication could have the wisdom of vision in it, a clear observation of the truth of what's happening. And it's also possible that we could use that energy to cut off from situations, ignore them, forget about them, which would be an error. The value of Mercury in that position is that it gives us space, enables us to step back far enough to see when we've previously been grappling, maybe not understanding. And it also gives us space to get on with the things that need to be done, that Capricorn is crying out to have done. Perhaps a thing to avoid is getting too serious about it all, and as Uranus is in the only fire sign represented, Aries, perhaps it rests with that sudden bursts of humour, enjoyment, the excitement of facing the unknown, going forward inexorably. So make your New Year resolutions and be prepared to follow through and not hang about. Go for the truth. Make your changes with energy and hold the hand of your greater self as your support. Being on the 1st of January, this new moon flavours the whole of 2014. It is basically the chart for the year, and who knows where that will take us. There is power in your words. They manifest regardless of your intention. The sounds you make vibrate into the world, vibrating the surroundings regardless of how they would like to be. Take care of your voice and the words you speak. That which heals can also wound. Forgive that which wounds you, for it also may bring healing. And forgive yourself, for healing happens in its own time. Seek not to control the effect you have, but take responsibility for what you feel. Receive what life gives you for the lessons it brings. Loving yourself, you will not be slain. And let past pains flow away, so that you may receive the love that is all there is.